Hey everyone. Now I'm going to start off with some pub footage, but most of the things I'm going to say here apply for Highlander as well. Now, when you're building a mini-sentry, you want to try and get it in a concealed location. Some bushes in maps allow that to be done pretty easily. By concealing your mini-sentry, the enemy team will take a lot longer to notice where they're being shot from. So that'll give you some extra damage output on the enemy team, which is useful for your team to follow up on and for you to follow up on. So try to be inventive with your mini-sentry spots. Now, one thing you definitely want to try and do when running mini-sentries is try and force enemy players to have to walk into your mini-sentry in order to fight you. This will give you the upper hand in 1v1 situations. It can let you out-DM casters that you wouldn't usually be able to out-DM as an engineer, like demos, heavies. It's all possible. Now, Engineer MGE makes you good. If you have trouble with shotgun aim, this is a great way to practice, get better with the gun. It's also a fantastic way to warm up before scrims and officials or any important matches that you want to be up to scratch and fully warmed up, pumped and ready to play. So in this game I'm just sort of playing with a friend of mine. He does a main engineer, but surprisingly enough I actually had trouble finding somebody to play with me in Engineer MG, which was surprising. So I also thought I'd include this clip because I thought this was quite funny. I found some AFK soldier on Endiv and practiced some Wrangler air shots. Now, let's play a little bit of Highlander. Now in 5CP and King of the Hill, I would say it's pretty much always worth going in for a suicide play on the medic if the opportunity arises. And here, in this clip I am using the Widowmaker, which I don't usually use, but this was a pickup, so I thought I'd just have some fun and see what I could do with it. Now let's move on to my favourite map, Viaduct. Now, what I love about Viaduct is it allows you to be a lot more aggressive, and you don't need to worry about having a level 3 sentry and protecting it from a spy. In Viaduct you can run around with mini sentries and basically shotgun DM people, which is my favourite thing to do as engineer. Now, generally my goal while playing Viaduct is to aim for an average of 2000 damage per round. Now obviously that might not always be achievable, but it is a nice little objective to set yourself. In Viaduct it's really important to follow up on damage done by your team, and in this clip here I sort of go a bit aggressive and it kind of works out. That pro sandwich allows me to get an extra 2 kills. Halo defense, however, is very different. You need to be very defensive and have your Rescue Ranger and Wrangler at the ready at all times. Even if you're not going to be shooting people with Wrangler, it's going to be really useful if your sentry is taking fire. That increased defense really makes a difference. My sentry would not have survived this encounter if I had not used the Wrangler. The Wrangler can also be used to push targets back. If you're being bombed by any classes off the ground, you can use the increased fire speed with the Wrangler to push players quite far away. Offense, however, is a little bit different. Your main focus will be to push the car, but if that's not possible, then you could pretty much do your own thing. You could go build a teleporter, a dispenser, or you could try what I like to do and go for an aggressive pick. See how that works out for you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you next time.